The new Lloydminster Nissan is now at our temporary location. Find us in the Big Blue Building on Highway 16 West and shop indoors in comfort all winter long. Walk through over 100 new and pre-owned vehicles under one big roof. And right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, you get free tires for life with your new or pre-owned purchase. Sales, parts, and service all in the Big Blue Building on Highway 16 West. The new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Well, thanks for joining us here at the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill here at the Lloydminster Exhibition on what is a beautiful Wednesday morning. And at the new Lloydminster Nissan, all of the vehicles are inside. And if you're looking for a test drive on a new or pre-owned vehicle, it's really easy to pull those vehicles out. Over 100 of them, new and pre-owned, under the roof of the Big Blue Building on Highway 16 West. Just follow the signs. And right now you get free tires with your purchase. And if you're looking for a new Rogue, the new Lloydminster Nissan has a tremendous selection of Rogues, and right now you save $2,000 on your new Rogue. That's at the biggest, the longest, and the best indoor sale in the history of the Border City at the new Lloydminster Nissan, Highway 16 West in the Big Blue Building. Marwayne Community Playground Association Comedy Night. We've got Jo Calder here. She's the president of the Playground Association in Marwayne to talk to us. And Holly Durwa is here. She is the collections coordinator with the Lloydminster Museum and Archives to talk to us about Powwow Ochiwin, the origin display that has a grand opening this Saturday and will be on display at the Lloydminster exhibition through April 20th. Well, if you haven't submitted your love story yet, we ask you to do so. Live with Kurt Price is teamed up with Richardson's Jewelry and Spiro's, and you can check this out on our Facebook page. But what we're looking for is your love story. You have a chance to tell your love story on Live with Kurt Price. We'll interview 3 couples. They'll tell us their love story and then also receive a $100 gift card to Spiro's. So get those in, and this February you could be here on Live with Kurt Price telling your love story. And again, real easy to enter. You can submit yourself, or you can submit your friend, your neighbor, your family members, anybody you think has a unique love story. A BioClean Disaster Services commitment is to you and your family and getting you back to where you were before the disaster, whether that's wind, fire, flood, asbestos contamination, or a burst pipe, which we have seen in that cold snap back what feels like about a month ago now, but was really just about a week and a half ago. BioClean Disaster Services knows how to help with that anxiety, keep you up to date along the way with what is happening with your rebuild, and they're local. They serve Cold Lake, Bonnyville, Lloydminster, of course, Wainwright, and St. Paul. So if you are looking for help and you want somebody who cares about taking care of your possessions and take care of your property, but especially your family, BioClean Disaster Services at 1-833-246-8326. Another huge draw tonight here at the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. 33 cards remaining in the deck now. The jackpot at almost certainly reaching over $80,000. It's already just creeping up there now. Tickets are 1 for 10, 3 for 25, 5 for 50, or 20 for 100. Last week's weekly winner, without pulling the ace, still took home over $3,600. Purchase in person here at the Lloyd X Grill, 6:30 tonight. Online, purchase your tickets with Visa or MasterCard, and those can be made at lloydx.com until 7 p.m. The Lloyd Local Series is 3 dates for concerts featuring local talent. The first show, coming up on March 27th, will feature Amanda Kupa and Carolyn Park. Gwen Motram with the Theatre Foundation joined us yesterday and told us that it's important to highlight talent right here in our community and area.
Local should support local, and local artists are fantastic, right? So why should we be supporting them? I think it's a wonderful opportunity, and I'm really excited by it.
How did you guys come up with this idea?
Okay, so a donor for the foundation approached us and saw this opportunity, and the donor was involved with the building of the theater over 20 years ago, and when we built the theater, it was for locals to perform on the stage, and we have been really quite successful at presenting youth on the stage, but not performing artists. So there was this opportunity for us, and that's how it came about.
Okay. The Lloydminster Public Library, in partnership with the Lloydminster Learning Council, has a fun event planned for Family Literacy Day, which is Saturday. Drop in from 10 to 6, and that's for all kids to have some fun focused on Alice in Wonderland. Story time starts at 10:30, and there's a tea party, photo booth, croquet, hat making, and a whole lot more. Tickets are available right now for the Lloydminster Kinsman and Cadets Telemiracle Steak Night. This is an event that I've been associated with for many years. I think I've only missed a couple, and probably because we've been in Mexico. But Bud's Bustin' 9 Irons will be performing. Tickets are $60. Myself and Heather Clagus be your MCs again this year. There's always a fantastic live and silent auction. You can call Matt if you don't know a Kinsman member to get your tickets. 587-217-5067. They're close to a sellout, so reach out now to the Kinsman and Cadets, and we'll see you February the 3rd. The Saskatchewan Teachers Federation has gone through 2 days of strikes, and we're waiting to hear if there will be more job action. I caught up with Lloydminster president of the Lloydminster Teachers Association, Derek Armstrong, on Monday on the picket line, and he told us that it might not be a strike which happens next. It could be basically what amounts to a work to rule.
So the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation has several sanctions at their disposal that don't include full-on strike or work stoppage, possibly withdrawal of voluntary services, and we know how important those extracurricular pieces are to the community. Teachers do a ton of work with students in and outside of classrooms and contribute greatly to the overall success of schools and school communities. So there is the ability to withdraw or restrict those, but we feel that at this point in the game, enough is enough, and we need to let the government know that we're serious, and time is important here. This system has eroded for a decade, and we can't really continue on at the same levels of funding, so there needs to be immediate change. They need to reverse the cuts that they've been making, and they need to get us back to somewhere that's more manageable.
You can check out that entire interview or any of our interviews on our Facebook page. And of course, you can listen wherever you get your podcasts. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, Jo Calder with the Marwayne Playground Association tells us about Comedy Night with Kelly Taylor on February 10th in Marwayne.
Hi, my name is Ben Harrison. I'm a librarian at Lakeland College and chair of the Downtown Area Redevelopment Committee. My desire is to help Lloydminster to be a prosperous community where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. That is why I am running for City Council in the February 13th by-election. To find out more about what I stand for, please visit benharrisonforcitycouncil.com.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production, including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
Welcome back to the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. I'm Kurt Price with the new Lloydminster Nissan, and one of our big supporters is Superior Water. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, for water softeners, reverse osmosis, distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call at 780-875-6636 or visit them at their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste, and I believe it is superior. So Jo Calder is the president of the Marwayne Playground Association, and she's here today to talk to us about Comedy Night, which is coming up on February the 10th. You've heard us talking about this on the show. You've also heard us talking about how funny Kelly Taylor is. He's performed in this area before, and he is a blast. I've heard, we'll talk about whether it's an adult or kid-friendly family show, but Jo, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's talk about how you became president, because I find it fascinating how you got voluntold.
I got voluntold. So there were a group of us moms, and we had this ambition to get the playground renewed at the school, and so we got put together, and I came forward with some information and got voluntold to this position.
Okay, what's going on with the playground at the school right now? It's just too old, needs to be replaced?
So our current playground, it is well loved. It's been there 60 plus years. It's seen a lot of kids. It's made a lot of memories, and I'm sure a lot of our community members that have attended this school can talk about the many, many stories that they've had on those playgrounds, right? So while it's that old, it's outdated. It's not accessible for all abilities, and that's just something that we would like to bring to our community, is to make sure that all kids, all abilities, are able to access the playground and have fun together.
That's a good point, because never really thought about that 60 years ago. Putting it in is everybody needs access to this playground. It's something that's, I would say, recent.
Yeah.
In actuality. What's the cost to do something like that?
So the playground equipment itself, base cost, sits about $250,000. So it's significant. It's a good chunk of change. So that's kind of what Fundraiser here is for.
Yeah, when you grow up in a small town like I did, you understand that the playground at the school is the community playground.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it is. You can go after school and play at the playground at any time.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this fundraiser that you guys have put together, tell us a little bit about it on February the 10th.
So we put in Comedy Night. We brought in Kelly Taylor. So he's been featured on Just for Laughs. He's been through the Vancouver and Halifax comedy festivals. He's traveled all over LA, New York. I think he's going to be a really good time. So we've brought him out to bring some laughter to the community. On top of that, we're also offering a beef on a bun supper, because everybody loves a good beef on a bun.
Okay.
So Colleen Hozak with Colleen Catering.
Everybody knows Colleen.
Everyone knows Colleen. And if you know if Colleen's there, there's going to be a good meal, right? So she's doing our supper. Kelly's going to take the stage. And then we're going to have DJ Daddy from Marwayne give us a dance afterwards.
And I kind of alluded to this, is it a family show or is it adults only?
It's an adult only event, so it is 18 plus. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, and when you go through there, you can purchase a table or you can purchase individual tickets.
Okay. What is a table?
A table is 8 people per table.
And 500?
It's $520.
$520. Okay. Yeah. So you do save a little bit of money.
You do save a little bit. Right. Yeah, you do save a little bit. If you purchase a corporate table, it's definitely a bit of a savings for you, and bring out your friends, your colleagues, and come on out. Yeah.
What's your timeline to get this playground replaced?
So, I mean, in a perfect world, we would like to have the funds raised by 2026 and have our opening by then. It gives us a little bit of time to get the funds for the playground equipment itself, to get the old playground removed, and then to have our installation and all of those fees as well covered.
Right. Do you guys basically have a plan already? Like you've done you know what you're going to be putting in?
So we have an idea. So we're working with a company out of Edmonton.
Where do you start with something like that? Yeah.
So Habitat Incorporated, they're out of Edmonton. They're the company that we've been working with. We give them our area that we have to cover and give them the ideas of what we're looking for the playground, and they help us design it, and then we can kind of nitpick things here and there, be like, we'd like to change this, we'd like to change that. So we have a pretty good idea of what we would like to put in.
First big fundraiser?
This is our very first big fundraiser, so we haven't been around for quite a year yet, so we're pretty new, trying to get our name out there. But this is our first big fundraiser and hoping to make it an annual fundraiser.
Do you have to get to a certain point before you can proceed? Get the ball kind of rolling?
So in order to proceed, we have to have 100% of our funds to purchase the playground.
Okay.
So we have to come up with that $250,000 before the purchase can be made. Once the purchase is made, we do have a little bit of wiggle room on getting the remainder of the funds to get it here and get it installed. And we're hoping to have a community event to get it installed, but those are things that we'll have to look at down the line once it's all ordered.
So where do you get tickets?
So tickets are available on Eventbrite. Individual tickets are $75 a ticket. If you buy a corporate table, it's $520. You do save a little bit of money there on each ticket. And yeah, you can go to Eventbrite, find us there. Our Facebook page and our Instagram page all have the link as well.
Looks like Kelly's been pumping the weights.
Yes.
He looks a lot bigger than the last time I saw him.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a few reels that we've thrown out, and I was like, yes, yeah, he could be a good time.
He puts on a really good show.
Oh, for sure.
He's performed for, I'm sure, Kings and Queens.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I don't know about Kings and Queens, but
I've heard he's really, really funny, and so I'm excited to hear from him. We've had a lot of good positive feedback from people who have seen him, so I think it should be a good time.
absolutely. Anything I'm forgetting, Bobby Jill?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it all. Yeah.
Okay. Get your tickets. Kelly's funny. Like, it'll be a fantastic night.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do in Marwayne on a Saturday night?
Well, that's just it, right? Come on out, support a good cause, and have some good laughs. And then the dance afterwards. Who doesn't love a good dance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. Thank you.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
When we come back, Holly Durwa with the Lloydminster Museum and Archives will join us to talk about the newest exhibit.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back to the new Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. I'm Kurt Price with the new Lloydminster Nissan, and Holly Durwa is the collections coordinator at the Lloydminster Museum and Archives. She's been a guest on our show before, and we're excited to welcome her back. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Kurt.
So there's a new exhibit in town. It's going to be here for a couple of months.
Yeah, here till April 20th.
Tell us about Powwow Ochiwin The Origins.
Sure. So it's a beautiful exhibit that we have on loan right now from the Red Deer Museum and Archives. And it's kind of about the history of the powwow and 7 different dances that form part of a powwow. All different artisans took place, so there's 7 regalia on display. Everything's handmade by different artisans for the purpose of this exhibit itself. So it's gorgeous. I highly recommend it.
It came from Red Deer?
Yes. So what happened is the two Indigenous curators, because this was thought of and dreamt of by two Indigenous curators named Patrick and Marissa Mitsewing, they went to the Red Deer Museum and they said, we've got this great idea for an exhibit. Can you help us put it together? And Red Deer kind of looked at each other and said, this is fabulous. We don't quite know how to do this. So they took a bit of time, and it ended up fantastic. So the Mitsewings went around to different Indigenous artisans that they know from their times in the Powwow community, and got a group of people together to hand make different aspects of 7 different regalias. So it's all Indigenous curated, all Indigenous dreamt up. Red Deer Museum and Archives just kind of helped with the planning and project management of it. So, yeah.
You might not know this, but what's Ochiwin? What is that? What's that word?
To the best of my knowledge, it kind of means the origins itself.
So you're kind of repeating yourself when you
Yes.
say Powwow Ochiwin, the origins.
Yes.
Oh,
To the best
okay.
of my knowledge, if someone knows better, please feel free to correct me.
Well, you make a good point because they're in town. The
Yep.
curators are in Lloydminster, and there's a chance to speak to them. Tell us about that.
So they are leading tours this Saturday. There's 3 different time slots. We are sold out at 10 a.m., but we still have 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. availabilities. So Patrick and Marissa are in town leading tours of the exhibit. So why it's important, where they got the ideas from, how they came up with these kind of regalia concepts on the things, what the regalia means. So they are on hand to walk you through this exhibit and explain to you to a depth that we can't do, because
Right.
they know it better than we do by
Absolutely.
far.
Yeah.
They are the experts.
How did it come about? How did you find out that you could bring this display in? Like, did they reach out to you?
No. So what actually happened is this exhibit won several awards a few years ago when it came out of Red Deer, when they first had it on display there. So it won, I forget the actual title, but kind of best exhibit in Alberta. And I saw it winning these awards, and I was like, well, that seems great. And then I realized not long after that they were traveling it, because not all exhibits travel. But Red Deer determined that this exhibit needed to be seen across the prairies, across different communities. So I got in touch with the exhibition coordinator down in Red Deer and booked it for us. So here it is.
It's a real learning experience.
Yes.
Like, you kind of mentioned there's some dresses on display. What else are you going to see when you come out?
So there are 7 different regalia for 7 different types of dances. So there are ladies' dances, there's men's dances, and then on top of that, so not just static regalia in situ, which are beautiful on their own, trust me, there's also a projected video of these 7 different dances happening, so you can see people doing movement and what it looks like should you go to a powwow, which I also recommend. It's also a fun time, lots of great food and lots of fun should you ever make your way there. So it's kind of a nice introduction to, if you're not familiar with what a powwow is and what happens there, or perhaps if you do know quite intimately and you've been to powwows before, it's a chance to get nice up and close with some purpose-made regalia from highly talented artisans.
It sounds to me like if you really want to take a deep dive into this, you want to go on Saturday.
Yes, that is definitely your best opportunity to discuss with the curators, to walk through, to get to get a tour.
But up close and personal.
Up close and personal for sure. And on top of that, Saturday we also have the distinct pleasure of welcoming, along with the tours from Patrick and Marissa, on-hand live demonstrations from Lloydminster youth who are involved with mentor groups through the school division. So we've got some youth in who know how to powwow dance and go out to come give us live demonstrations.
That's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be very welcoming. It's going to be very happy. So
now, along with the display, there's also some, do you want to call them workshops?
Sure.
Presentations?
Workshops, programs.
Yeah.
So we've got some kind of additional things going on throughout the run of the exhibit itself, because the exhibit itself runs until April 20th. So the additional programs, we have a Healing Through Dance workshop, which kind of takes a deep dive into just the jingle dress. So the dress, the dance, its history, why it's important, a nice deep look with a member of the community who performs the jingle dance, both for healing purposes and at Powwow. So that'll be great.
When is that one?
That is February 3rd. It's a Saturday.
Okay. And what's the cost for that?
At this point, it's $750. We're waiting to hear back from some grant funding, but for right now, $750, same as admission.
Okay. And then what else do you have with the Origins?
Yeah, so along with that one, we also have an Indigenous Medicines workshop happening Saturday, March 2nd. That one's also $750. So that one will join some local knowledge keepers, Cynthia and Tanisha Young.
Oh, yes, I know them.
Yeah, so they will take you through the world of Indigenous medicine plants, look at some of the teachings of the medicine wheel, and will actually take place in the gallery, which I don't always allow, but for this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's some youth workshops too.
Yeah, so we've got a couple currently planned for youth right now throughout February and March. There's a beading art night, there's a Métis pointillism night, so that's kind of a painting workshop. And then there's a Dreamcatcher workshop as well, and those are all led by Indigenous teachers. So.
And when are those?
The beading night is March 15th, the pointillism night is February 23rd, and the Dreamcatcher night is slightly sooner than that. I believe it's early February.
And the cost for that?
$750 right now.
Okay.
$750.
So if you're going out to Powwow Ochiwin, what's the cost to get in?
So standard admission rates will apply. It's $750 for adults, and then it goes down from there based on children have a lower rate depending on their age, and seniors, I believe, are $550. Apologies, I don't always sit at the front desk.
Right. You also have some schools coming through, which is very exciting. This is a very big learning opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. So along with the public day on Saturday of Tours with Patrick and Marissa, we also booked them in on Friday to do some special guided tours for local schools and local school classes. So they will be on hand kind of doing the same thing with local kids and the local Indigenous dancers that are part of the school division are also coming by on that day to kind of show off to their classmates as to what they get up to on the weekends. So, and powwow dance for them.
Must be nice to have that room to be able to do these displays.
Yes, we are quite thankful for it.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
Ooh.
And that goes for the Ochiwin?
Yeah.
Or any other events that you've got planned?
For sure. So I will say for Ochiwin, this Saturday, once again, we are sold out for the 10 a.m., but we have plenty of availability right now for the 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. slots. The tours are about 90 minutes long. They also will come with those additional dancers and as well an additional Indigenous youth art exhibit that we've brought together from the local school divisions. And we're also serving bannock and tea that day. So if you like a nice little snack.
No charge for that? Just
No, that's all included.
Okay.
That's all included. We do highly recommend, though, that you register online or you give us a call at the museum, 780-874-3720, just so that we kind of have a head count so we don't get too many people in one time slot and not the other. It really helps us out if people pre-register, whether online or giving us a call. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Anything I think we're forgetting? Am I forgetting to ask anything?
I don't think so. I mean, it is the Saturday time slots if you are interested in coming down for the tour. They are admission by donation, so we thankfully got a nice grant from SAS Culture to help cover admission costs. So we are open to any admission, any donation that you'd like to give us that day. So if you have means, please do, and if you don't have means and are interested, please come by. That's your perfect day to do it. So, yeah.
Thanks, Holly. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And our thanks to Bobby Jo Calder as well from Marwayne. And we'll be back with you tomorrow. And we're going to be talking to Rosemary Falk tomorrow, the MP for Battleford's Lloydminster. And we'll, of course, be talking about the big ruling yesterday, which saw that the convoy, the Freedom Rally, was the Emergencies Act used against that was unconstitutional. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Plus, we'll have a discussion on some other things that affect you locally, especially the cap on emissions. And one of the questions that I want to ask her, because I'm curious about this as well, is why the Conservative Party voted against free trade with Ukraine. So I hear that a lot. We're going to find out from Rosemary Falk tomorrow at 11 a.m. why that was. Hopefully you can join us.